my name is Janet, and welcome to Free Yoga Club. Today begins a new series, 21 Days, Healthy Benefits of a Daily Yoga Practice. Why 21 days, you might ask? Because it takes 21 days to create a new habit, and we're going to create some healthy habits together, starting with yoga practice. So how does yoga affect your health? Each day I'll tell you some way that yoga affects your health in a positive way. And for today's practice, we'll focus on hormonal changes, hormonal imbalances. Yoga helps to balance the endocrine system or the hormonal system in your body. And the way that we do that is by moving our body vigorously, strongly, but with enough respect not to overstress the body. So let's begin seated and talk about the endocrine system as we get started. So as you come down to seated on your yoga mat, make it comfortable for you. I have some props nearby that will be used from time to time. For example, I could place a block beneath my seat or blanket underneath my butt if I feel like I'm uncomfortable sitting on the yoga mat. So let's talk about the endocrine system just a little bit. So it begins up in the brain with the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus. And then really important is the thyroid gland. We'll focus on that a lot today. Also the adrenals, the pancreas, and the ovaries for women or testes for men. So as you come down to seated on your mat, yoga helps you to balance out the hormone system by creating a sense of calm. Simply breathing slowly calms the system. So let's start with a little ujjayi breathing. Place your hands on your knees or thighs, sit up nice and tall. Breathe in through your nose. Keep your lips sealed and begin to breathe out of your nose. Slow it down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the breath flowing in and out of your nose. Balance out the breath. The length of the inhale is equal to the length of your exhalation. And as best you can, keep your breath flowing throughout the practice. Now start to lower your chin to your chest, and we begin to put pressure on the thyroid and parathyroid glands, responsible for hormone balance, mood regulation, and helpful in metabolism. When you drop the chin to your chest, you give the chin to the chest a little squeeze to the thyroid. A counter stretch is also helpful. Let's breathe in and lift the gaze up. Let your head drop back. Feel the stretch in the front of your neck. Good, keep breathing. One more full breath here. And then lift your gaze up to neutral. Let's lower the left ear to the left shoulder, feeling a little squeeze on the left side of the neck and stretching on the right. A couple breaths here. Nice and easy, calming, smooth, deep breathing. Good, now bring your head back up and then slowly lower your right ear towards your right shoulder. Good, now bring your head back up. Yoga can be perceived as medicine, although it's always best to consult a doctor before you begin practice. I know that you know what's best for your body. But I promise if you stay on track with me for 21 days, you'll start to feel the benefits. Lower your chin to your chest, and as you inhale, draw your right ear to your right shoulder. Moving with the breath, exhale your chin to your chest, and inhale the left ear to the left shoulder. Gentle movement for the neck. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. As you exhale, bring your chin to your chest. And inhale, sit up nice and tall. Let's take the legs and just stretch them out a little bit. Send them out, just move them around. Nice pause to release. And then recross the legs. Maybe the opposite leg is in front. If you can remember what that was, make that change. Let's move our body around. Press your chest forward. Just feeling that stretch. Good. Some things that can happen in the body that are indications that there's a hormonal imbalance are mood swings, insomnia, a lack of sex drive, hot flashes, irregular cycles, just to name a few. So yoga might help, or does help, is scientifically proven to help with these differences, with these imbalances. Let's see if the ribs over to the right, just feel the stretch. Good. Pull the ribs back, rounding the spine. Maybe your chin even drops a little bit towards your chest here. Good. And then move your ribs over to the left, feel that stretch. Now press your chest forward. Let's go the opposite way. Move your ribs over to the left. Feel that stretch in your body and your back, your torso. Take a couple breaths here. Good. And then pull the ribs to the back, rounding the spine. Maybe the chin drops and the shoulders round forward. Couple breaths, just feeling the stretch in your back. Nice. Now shift your hips over to the right. Pause, feel the stretch. And then come forward. If this causes discomfort in your back, use caution or opt out of movement, just holding the stretch that feels best for you. Or move with me. Send your ribs to the right, to the back, to the left, and forward. Do it again. Breathe in, send your ribs to the right and back. Exhale as they go left and come forward. One more time. Breathe in deeply, circle around. Exhale, come back to the front. One more time, over to the right as you breathe in, back, and exhale as you go left, forward, and up. Begin to move the other way. Send your ribs over to the left, swivel them back, over to the right, come forward and up. Good. With the breath, inhale as the ribs move to the left and back, and exhale as your ribs move right and forward. Two more times. Inhaling to the side and back, and exhaling to the right and forward. Last round, here we go. If your breathing is slightly different, it's okay as long as you're breathing, you're doing it right. Nice. Let's add a little twist, sit up nice and tall. Take your right hand to your left thigh, your left hand behind your back, lift up as you breathe in, and begin to spiral and look to the left as you breathe out. Breathe in to grow even taller. Can you feel the squeeze through the torso here? As you exhale, go a little bit further. One more deep breath in, and deeper twist as you breathe out. Good. Inhale brings you back to center, and breathe out to go the other way. Left hand to the right thigh. Breathe in, right hand's behind you, and breathe out, twist right. Looking behind you over your right shoulder. Inhale, find length in your spine, go tall, and exhale, twist right. One more time, deep breath in, and deeper twist as you breathe out. Good. Breathe in, come back to center. Let's make a change. Bring the bottoms of your feet together to touch and allow your knees to fall open. Draw your heels in nice and close to your groin and sit up nice and tall. This next series of stretches is great if you're struggling down in the ovary area. Maybe you're having some PMS or some bloating or something like that. This might help you to relieve some of that. So notice what you feel as you begin to open the hips. Soften. And then taking a hold of your feet, grow tall as you breathe in. And as you exhale, begin to hinge. How far can you go? Listen to your body. Breathe in and hinge a little further as you breathe out. Perhaps your chin starts to drop to your chest. Another challenge sometimes with hormonal imbalances are low back pain. And this will help to relieve and stretch out your lower back to relieve some of that low back pain. Good. Take one more breath here. And then slowly begin to rise up. Take your hands to the outside of your knees, bring your knees up and separate your feet about as wide as the width of your mat or slightly wider than your hips. Place your hands behind your back and lean back and slowly, gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. Can you feel that gentle release in the hips? Hips and low back can get really tight. Letting some of that go. Good. Alrighty, let's begin to change positions. Come onto your hands and knees. Move into tabletop. As you move into tabletop, place your palms beneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Look back and align your knees underneath your hips and your feet are about hip distance apart. If you need to, pad your knees or your palms with a blanket. Here we go, let's flow. As you inhale, lower your belly, lift your gaze, really stretching your heart forward. Nice. As you exhale, begin to round your spine, draw your chin to your chest, and press your back toward the ceiling. Take this with your breath, nice and slow, deep and even. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. As you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Nice. Flow in and out of these stretches on your own. Your body might move faster than my breath is flowing. Your breath might move slower. Get really connected to what you feel in your body and move in the way that feels just right for you. With your next breath in, come into a neutral tabletop position. Take your right hand, sweep it out to the right as you inhale, and as you exhale, circle your right arm underneath the left arm. Come down to your right temple, right shoulder. Take your left hand, stretch it forward, or leave it in front of your face. Another option is take your left hand behind your back and add a little shoulder stretch. Good. If you feel like you want a little more challenge, take your left foot to the back of the mat. Nice stretch. Often having the left hand on the mat will help you stabilize in this challenge. Really good. One more big breath in. As you exhale, release in reverse order. First, the left knee comes down, then the left palm comes to the mat. And as you inhale, reach your right hand up and come back to tabletop. Good. Second side, left hand reaches out to the left, slides up as you inhale, and exhale, bring your left arm under your right. Come down to your left temple, left shoulder. Maybe your right hand stretches forward if that's what you did on side one. Could stay in front of your face. Or if you took the challenge with me, take your right hand to your lower back, trying to tuck your fingers into the hip crease of the left hip. One more layer. If you tried it on the first side, do it here as well. The right foot reaches to the back of the mat with the right leg stretching out. Couple more breaths here. Feeling the breath flow, getting a nice stretch. Good. Exit in reverse order. First the right knee comes to the mat, then the right palm comes in front of your face, and breathe in to sweep the left hand up and exhale back to tabletop position. From tabletop position, open your knees wide, bring your big toes together to touch, push your hips back to your heels. Settle in, stretch your arms forward. Soften your forearms and your forehead to the mat. Check in with your breathing. We're going to pick up the intensity a little bit here, so I want to give you this option. If it gets too intense for you, if you're struggling to breathe, make your way back down to child's pose. Rest, catch your breath, and come back to the stronger parts of the practice when you feel ready. With your next breath in, come back up onto your hands and knees into tabletop position. From tabletop, curl your toes under and breathe out to downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Good. Maybe walk the hands forward for more intensity or walk your hands back for a little less intensity to your downward facing dog. The proper alignment in theory is if you were to shift forward to high plank, go ahead and try it. From high plank position, your shoulders are set right above your wrists. If you're struggling to hold the pose, you can make it a little less intense as mentioned. Then send your hips up and back, stretch it out, pedaling out the legs. Here we go. We're going to look to the top of the mat and slowly begin to walk to forward fold at the top of the mat. When you get there, leave your feet separated hip distance apart, sway your hips a little bit side to side. Find stillness in your hips and then start to walk your hands side to side. Just enjoy the stretch. We've opened up the hips a little bit, so let's do it again. Take your feet to the outer edges of the mat. Your toes turn out. Your heels stay on the mat. Drop your hips low. So here we are loosening up the hips, giving the lower part of our body a nice big stretch. Bring your hands to prayer position in front of your heart. Roll your shoulders down and back and grow tall through the spine. If your heels don't touch the mat, it's perfectly okay. That just means the Achilles tendons are a little bit tight. You can also choose to sit your booty on a block or sit all the way down on the mat. So always take care of yourself, just feeling your body. This posture is said to help with menstrual cramps, help with low back pain, so just kind of stay with it. A couple more breaths. Good. And now take your fingertips to the mat and send your hips up nice and high. Bring your feet together to touch. With your feet together touching, soften your knees and round all the way upright to standing. Circle your arms high overhead and you arrive in mountain pose. Soften your shoulders from your ears. Stick your tail out behind you, tuck your pelvis under, and then find that perfect neutral space for you. Once you feel it, lift 10 toes off the mat, spread them out wide, place them right back down. Good. Inhale, look up, and exhale, take a back bend. Let your head drop back. Trust yourself. Feel the stretch in your neck and in your throat. Good. Next inhale brings you back up, and as you exhale, bow forward all the way down. As you bow forward, drop your chin toward your chest. Maybe nod your head yes. Wiggle your head no. Finding stillness here, breathe into a halfway lift. Glide your fingers up your legs, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Find that long line of energy from your tail through the crown of your head. Really nice. Breathe in. And as you exhale, plant your palms and step back to high plank, the top of a push-up. So you have three choices here. From high plank, you can simply push your hips up and back to down dog. The second option is to come down to the knees, tuck your tail under, pull your belly in, and lower all the way down with the elbows close to the body. If you're choosing that, you'll find a low cobra, head up, heart up, hands up. There is a stronger option. If you're feeling the energy for it today, you come to high plank, shift forward, lower halfway with the elbows next to the body. Breathe in to lift to upward facing dog, and whichever journey you took, let's all meet in downward facing dog. Feel that down dog stretch, really sending your hips high. Your body looks like an inverted letter V. Work the posture by spreading your fingers nice and wide, straighten the arms, strong and straight. Press your heels toward the mat and push your heart toward your thighs. One more big breath in, and as you exhale, look forward and step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to mountain, come all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart center. That is sun salutations, and sun salutations are done to kind of rev up the energy system, to get your energy flowing throughout your body. So we do that numerous times, and for today we're going to do 2 more rounds flowing with the breath. You know your options, take care of yourself. Here we go, let's flow. Inhale to mountain pose, exhale to backward bend. Breathe in, rise up, breathe out, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Either push to down dog, come to the knees, or from your tippy toes, lower halfway. Inhale lifts you to up dog or choose cobra, then exhale to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, breathe in, look forward, and breathe out to step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more round, here we go. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, then step to plank. Come to the knees or not, or wait in down dog. Flow through your high to low plank. Breathe into cobra or up dog. And breathe out. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, shift forward to high plank. Lower all the way to your tummy. Take a moment to rest your right cheek on the mat. Rest your arms by your side. Just notice how your body's breathing. Whew. So pressing your belly into the mat, we'll do just a little bit of back work here. Bring your chin onto the mat, your palms by your shoulders, and breathe in to lift as high as you can. Use arm stroke. Keep your hips on the mat and really open your heart up, really stretching. Look up. Good. And then slowly lower all the way down. Rest your left temple on the mat. Rest your arms by your side. You got it. Now let's do the same thing with no hands. Chest is on the mat. Hands are by your chest. Maybe a little forward by your shoulders, and then lift your hands up off the mat. Press your feet into the mat, and now lift as high as you can. No hands. Feel the strength in your back muscles. Lift a little higher. Breathe in. Good. Breathe out to lower all the way down. Laying your right cheek on the mat now, and your arms by your side. So good. We got this. Feeling good. Feeling strong. All right. One more challenge here on the belly. We're going to do a locust pose. You bring your chin to the mat. Take your arms out like the letter T. And breathe in to lift up, look up. Okay, take a couple breaths here. Turn your thumbs up. Squeeze your arms back toward each other. Feel your heart space open. One more big breath in. And breathe out to release all the way down. Good. Whew. Nice. Alrighty, let's come to the hands and knees, tabletop position, and use this position to build abdominal strength as well. So from here, I want you to take your right foot to the back of the mat and lift it up off the mat. Shift onto the right palm, send your left hand forward. Hold here, so strong, core is tight, and then release. Left hand down, right knee down. Second side, left leg kicks back, right arm reaches forward. We're holding, we're strong in our abs. Good. One more big breath in and breathe out to release it all the way down. Good. We're gonna add on to that. It's called awkward airplane. You could do just the leg, just the arm, or try the full expression. Right leg back, left hand forward. Take your left hand out like an airplane wing, and now take your right leg out to the right side. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center, and release back to tabletop. Good. Try the other side. Left leg goes back, right arm reaches forward. Make it an awkward airplane. Right arm out to the right, left foot out to the left. Hold for 3, so strong. 2, 1. Come back to center, come back to tabletop. Open your knees wide. Big toes come together to touch. Hips to heels. Send your forearms forward, forehead down. Take a few breaths, just slow down. One more breath here. Good. Push up into tabletop. Come onto your hands and knees. Bring your knees and thighs together, and as best you can, sit on your heels. So we're going to bring our awareness back to the throat, back to the thyroid gland with a couple of additional stretches. You're going to sit up nice and tall. I highly recommend that you place your hands down on the mat. So for some of us that practice hot yoga, we would do this. It's called rabbit pose, and we would hold our heels. That's a much more challenging version, and especially if you're new to this practice, I want you to use your hands on the mat. If you've injured your neck in any way, be extra careful here. So with the palms close to the knees, your spine is nice and long. Begin to tuck your chin to your chest, rounding all the way down until your forehead comes close to the knees and the top of the head touches the mat. It's important that you do not turn your head to look side to side, but keep your gaze neutral and begin to lift your hips into the air. Can you feel that squeeze at the base of your throat? Stimulating the thyroid gland. Take a couple more breaths here. It can be difficult to breathe, so take little sips of air as needed. And then slowly lower all the way back, hips to heels, and round all the way up. Awesome. So let's sweep our hips to one side, legs come out in front of us. Maybe move forward on your mat if you need to, like I do. Pull the fleshy part of your tush back as needed. As you breathe in, lift up, and as you exhale, hinge forward, bowing forward. Again, chin to chest, rounding down. A couple more breaths here. And then slowly begin to rise up. Place your feet on the mat beneath your seat. Reach forward and slowly lower all the way down to your back. Once you get onto your back, hug both knees into your chest and give yourself a squeeze. Lengthen out the lower back by rocking gently side to side. And then place your feet on the mat beneath your seat and place your palms close to your seat. Reach down and see if you can touch your heels. Separate your feet hip distance apart. This is called bridge pose, and the legs will bring the chest to the chin. It is a good stretch for the neck as well, so please keep your gaze neutral. Look up toward the ceiling, and as you inhale, you start to lift your hips up and press your chest toward your chin. Keep the gaze neutral, using the strength of your legs. Maybe lift a little higher. Good. And then slowly roll all the way back down. Once you come down, hug both knees into your chest and rock a little side to side. All right, we're gonna add a challenge to this, adding some work with the arms. So your feet are on the mat close to your seat and your gaze is directly up. Do not turn your head. If you're not sure what's going on, maybe watch me and then try it. As you inhale, lift your hips and lift your hands simultaneously. Maybe the backs of your hands can touch the floor back there. Stay like that. Feel the added challenge, the added stretch. Good. One more big breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly come down. Now let's flow through this stretch with the breath. Inhale lifts you up. And exhale, you come back down. Using your arms, breathe in, the arms come up as the hips come up. And exhale back down. One more time. Breathe in, press your pelvis up, lift your arms up over your head. And breathe out to come all the way back down. Nice. Draw your knees into your chest and rock a little bit side to side. Really good. Isn't that a nice little squeeze? All right, a little bit more hip opening here. We're going to bring the bottoms of our feet to touch and let our knees fall open wide like butterfly wings. Just opening up the pelvic region, just feeling your body relax here. Take a few breaths. Let the knees feel heavy and fall toward the earth. And if you need to use your hands to help, you can, or the legs come up and together. We're going to take our right leg and cross it over the left leg tightly at the knees and thighs. And then draw both knees into your chest. Feel that little squeeze, all those little organs down in there, getting a nice little squeeze. Good. Sometimes we can go deeper. If you want to try an added challenge, reach your hands down and see if you can grab your feet. And then just holding the feet as you hug the knees in nice and close. And then let go of your feet, but keep your legs crossed and drop both knees to the left. Big stretch for the right hip, a little twist for your spine. Maybe take your gaze and turn it to the right as you reach your right palm out to the right side. Good. And then slowly begin to unravel. Unravel your legs, unravel your body, hug both knees in. Let's do those two stretches on the other side. Place both feet on the mat beneath your seat. Cross your left leg over your right leg, snugly, tightly at the thighs and knees, and then hug both knees in. Now as you hug both knees in, you give it a little extra pressure, really pulling them in as tightly as you can, and then reach your hands down. If you were able to find your feet on the first side, try to find your feet with your hands. There you go. Holding on, getting that extra delicious stretch for your hips and your lower back. Alrighty, let go of your feet, but keep your legs crossed and allow both knees to drop over to the right. As your knees drop to the right, turn your gaze to the left, maybe reaching your left hand out for a little spinal twist here. A nice stretch through the left hip. Good. Slowly unravel the twist, unravel your legs, hug both knees into your heart. We're going to move into another neck stretch. It's called fish pose. So your legs are going to go flat on the mat, all the way down, and you're going to lift up onto your elbows. Tuck your palms right beneath your seat and have the elbows as close as you can comfortably bring them. Now from there, simply allow your head to drop back. Lift your chest toward the sky as your head falls back. Can you feel that stretch in your neck? If the crown of your head makes contact with the earth, keep very little pressure. Take good care of your neck. To come out, lift your chin up, slide your hands out from beneath you, and lower to your back. Once you find your way all the way down, hug your knees back into your chest. Reach between your legs and see if you can grab your feet. Now sometimes that's hard to get to. Separate the knees out toward the ribs. You can always hold your ankles, inner or outer edges of your feet. Draw your knees down close to the earth. And then feel your lower back pressing down. We would call this dead bugs pose. It's a wonderful stretch for the pelvic region. But we can make it into a gentle massage by rocking side to side, and then dead bugs pose becomes happy baby pose. And I like that better. It just makes me feel happy to do happy baby pose. And hopefully it relieves any tension or discomfort in the lower pelvic region and stretches the hips and the lower back. Coming back to center, draw both knees into your heart space. Give yourself a little squeeze, draw your forehead up toward your knees, hug yourself tight, breathe in. And as you breathe out, relax into relaxation posture. Shavasana. Close your eyes and relax. Check in with your breathing, let it flow. It is important to find this amount of rest that you soak up all the goodness of your practice. Rest is also wonderful for the endocrine or hormonal system of your body. When we become stressed out, which can happen from physical stress, mental stress, stress imposed on us or internal stress, the endocrine system, the hormonal system, gets out of balance and we start to experience imbalances in our hormones. So take some time here, breathing and relaxing. Checking in with your breath, let it be natural. And then gently start to wake up your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Slowly rock your head from side to side. Enjoy a good stretch. Arms overhead, toes reach to the end of your mat. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, draw your knees into your heart space. Give them a squeeze. Roll gently onto your side body. Rest for a few breaths. And then slowly push your way up to seated. Once you make your way back to that comfortable seated position on your mat, bring your hands to prayer position in front of your heart. Gaze down at your fingertips or close your eyes. And take a moment in gratitude for the choice you made, the healthy choice you made today to practice yoga. Draw your hands up to the third eye, the space between your eyebrows. What an honor to share this practice with you. Here's to your health. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. It's a new beginning, 21 days of yoga, healthy benefits of the daily yoga practice. Each day, a different benefit that yoga brings to your health. Thanks for joining us for Free Yoga Club, and I really appreciate your comments. In fact, the formation of this series came from comments from viewers just like you who told me some of the health benefits they were getting from doing a daily yoga practice with me. So I'd love to hear what's happening for you as well. Thank you.